Welcome to Numerical Analysis Lecture 2. Today our first topic is Fundamental Theorem of Difference Calculus. So its statement is, if we have a polynomial f of x of nth degree in x, then nth order differences, forward differences of fx will be constant. And since nth order differences are constant, therefore n plus 1th differences will be 0. Now converse of this theorem is also true. It means if we have nth differences of a tabulated function constant, then we can say function is polynomial of degree n. So if function is of degree n, then nth differences will be constant, and if nth differences are constant, then function will be of degree n. Here we have result of this theorem. Nth order forward differences f of x will be equal to n factorial h raised to power n a naught, where a naught is coefficient of polynomial. Like if we have polynomial a naught x raised to power n plus a1 x raised to power n minus 1 and so on, then a naught, which is coefficient of x raised to power n, is called leading coefficient. So here we have statement also and this result also. We'll do only result, not its proof. In examples, we can use statement and result as well. So next is properties of forward difference operator, del or delta. So first property is del c is equal to 0 if c is constant. Second is for any c, del c is equal to c delta. Third one, del of sum is equal to sum of del. That means del of f plus g is equal to del of f plus del of g. Next, del of a f plus bg will be equal to a del f plus b del g, where a and b are constants. Fifth property is del of m plus n will be equal to del of m of del of n. This is not like del of m dot del of n. This is not dot. This is del of m of del of n. So sixth is del of product. So del of f dot g will be equal to f of x plus h dot del of gx plus gx del of f of x. So here x plus h is only in first term, not in second term. So these are the 6 properties of forward difference operator, delta. Let us do some examples. First example is prove that del log of cx plus d is equal to log of 1 plus ch divided by cx plus d. So we'll start from left hand side. Del of log cx plus d, definition of forward difference operator says that we have to add h, interval of differencing in x. So it will be equal to log of c x plus h plus d minus log of cx plus d. Now here we can apply log of m minus n, which is equal to log m divided by n. And after simplifying, you will easily get this result. Now next example is nth order forward difference, means delta n of sine cx plus d is equal to this result. Now to prove this result, first we'll find first order difference, then second order difference, and so on. We'll observe nth order difference. So to find first order difference, we have delta sine cx plus d is equal to, like in this first example, we'll add h in x. Sine c x plus h. In place of x, we'll write x plus h plus d minus sine cx plus d. So here we have sine c minus d. We'll apply formula of sine c minus d, which is 2 cos c plus d by 2 and sine c minus d by 2. So after applying formula, you will get this result. Now sine ch by 2 will write here, and then cos theta. This is theta in bracket. So cos theta can be written as sine 90 plus theta. We know sine 90 plus theta will be cos theta. So we have first order difference of sine cx plus d. Likewise, we calculate second order difference, delta square sine cx plus d. Now delta square can be written as delta of delta. We just studied properties. In that property, we studied that delta m plus n is equal to delta m of delta n. So delta square will be delta of delta. Now within bracket we have delta sine cx plus d, and whose value we can write from here. Delta sine cx plus d, will put its value in this equation. So now we have delta of 2 sine ch by 2, this is constant, so we'll write this constant out of bracket, and then we have delta of sine cx plus d plus ch plus pi by 2. Now what is delta of this whole term? To find delta of this whole term, we'll again use this result. If you are finding delta of sine cx plus d, then we are getting plus ch plus pi by 2, this term in addition. Okay, if we are finding delta sine of say theta, then we are getting sine theta plus this additional term. So if we'll say this complete term is theta, then its delta will be this complete theta plus one more term ch plus pi by 2. So we are getting this term again and again. So delta of sine cx plus d plus ch plus pi by 2 will be equal to this complete term, one more ch plus pi by 2. So we have, after simplifying, we have second order forward differences. Delta square sine cx plus d is equal to 2 sine ch by 2 whole square into sine cx plus d plus 2 times of ch plus pi by 2. Now we'll observe carefully this first order and then second order. In first order, 2 sine ch by 2 raised to power 1, and here 2 sine ch by 2 raised to power 2. So in first order we have power 1, in second order we have power 2, likewise in nth order we will having its power n. Likewise in second term also, if you see the second term, in first order we have one term of ch plus pi by 2, and in second order we have 2 times of ch plus pi by 2. Likewise in nth forward differences we will having n times of this term ch plus pi by 2, hence the result. Now next example, one more example we'll do here. Prove that delta x log x is equal to x plus h log 1 plus h by x plus h log x. We'll start with left hand side. Delta x log x is equal to, again you have to add h in x here also and here also. So this is equal to x plus h log x plus h minus x log x. To further simplify, we'll add and subtract this term, x plus h log x subtracting and x plus log x adding. Then you will combine first two terms and then third and fourth term. After simplifying, you will get the result. Next, one more example. In this example, we'll evaluate third order differences, delta q, 1 minus x, 1 minus 2x, 1 minus 3x. Here interval of differencing is unity, that is 1. So to calculate this term, first we'll multiply these three brackets to get 1 minus 6x plus 11x square minus 6x cube, and then separating delta q with all the four terms, we have this one. Now see carefully, this first, second and third term will be equal to 0. Why? Here in first three terms we are using statement of fundamental theorem, this one. According to statement of fundamental theorem of difference calculus, these first three terms will be 0. Why? Because theorem says that if we have polynomial of degree, here first is of degree 0, second is of degree 1 and third is of degree 2. And theorem says if we have polynomial of nth degree, then nth order differences are constant and n plus 1th and so on, other differences are also constant. So for this x square, it is polynomial of second degree, so its second order differences will be constant and third order will be 0. And this x is polynomial of first degree, so its first order differences will be constant and second and third and so on will be 0. Likewise 1 is constant, that is polynomial of 0 degree, so its all the forward differences are 0. So first three terms will be equal to 0 according to statement of difference calculus. And for this last term, we are using result of that theorem, which says that delta n, here n is equal to 3. So result says that delta n f of x is equal to n factorial, that is 3 factorial, h raised to power n, here h is unity, that is 1, into a naught, leading coefficient. So here leading coefficient is also 1. So after applying that result, we have this term is equal to only 3 factorial. So finally we'll get result minus 36. Thank you. Next we'll continue in next video. Thank you.